Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about how to create a database table in Magento 2 and how to fetch the data from the database table. In my last video, I demonstrated how to create a block file and how to pass the data from the block file to the layout file. If you haven't checked my previous video yet, please check out the link down in the description. Today, we will see how to fetch the data from the database and display the dynamic content in the layout file. Before we start, here is a small introduction of declarative schema. Declarative schema has introduced in Magento 2.3 to simplify the install and upgrade process. In previous version of Magento, extension developer like us, we used to install and upgrade script to create a database table. And during this upgrade process, we need to keep track of all the schema and data related changes. But that is not the case in declarative schema. With the help of declarative schema, we can declare the final desired state of database table without performing redundant operation. In previous versions of Magento, we use install script to create a database table, and after some time if the requirement has changed, then we need to modify the database table. Then we use the upgrade script. For the same purpose, we have to define our module version inside the module.xml file. With the help of this module version or the setup version, Magento installer create a database table for us. That's a brief introduction of declarative schema. Now, let's jump to our coding part and create a database table using the declarative schema. In this video, we are going to use our sample module for our demo purpose. So, to create a database table using the declarative schema, we have to define our db_schema.xml file inside our modules etc directory. Here, inside our db_schema.xml file, we have defined our table node, and table node consists of three nodes, that is column, constraints, index. Inside the table node, we have defined the arguments like name, which is going to be our database table name, then the resource, engine. The engine is our MySQL engine like MySM, InnoDB, Blackhole, etc. Lastly, the comment. Comment can be seen in the database structure, which is used to briefly describe the purpose of the table. Inside the table node, we have defined three columns. First one is the table ID, which is our primary key. The second one is the name, which is a varchar type. This is just to save some value. And lastly, the content, which is the text type, to save some long data like description, HTML content, etc. Now, let's run our code through the terminal or the command prompt. To create a database table, we need to execute the command setup upgrade. Once the command is executed successfully, let's check our database table if it is created or not. Here, you can see our database table has created with three columns, table ID, name, and the content. I have inserted some values in this table for our demo purpose. Now, let's create some classes to fetch our data from the database table. We need to create a model class, resource model, and the collection to fetch the data from the database. If you want to know more about this, check out my blog on asolutions.co.in. To create a model class, we need to create a model directory inside our module. Inside this model directory, we will create our model class. Here, namespace will be my module, model, my model class. Every model class in Magento must extend from Magento framework model abstract model. We will create a construct method, public function underscore construct. Inside this construct method, we will call the init function $this score init. In this init function, we need to call our resource model class. We haven't created our resource model class yet. Let's create one inside our model directory. Let's create one directory, that is my module, and inside that directory let's create our resource class, that is my module. Here you can see I have created one resource model. Now the resource model class must extend from Magento framework model resource model db abstract db. Inside this resource model we'll create the construct method. Inside this construct method we'll call our init method, which is used to define our table name and primary key. So our table name is my module underscore custom, and our primary key is table underscore id. Now once we have the resource model, let's pass this resource model to our model class. I'll use my first module model, my module. Inside that my module we'll call our resource model name, that is my module, and let's just pass that resource model name in init function module class. Okay, now once we have created the model and the resource model, now it's time to create our collection. Let's create a collection folder inside our resource model folder. Inside this collection we need to create a collection class. Every collection class in Magento must extend from Magento framework model resource model db collection abstract collection. Now let's create the construct function here, public function underscore construct. Inside that construct function we need to call the init method, and inside that init method we need to pass our model name and the resource model name. Let's just pass this name to our init function. Now let's call our model class in block file to pass some data from the database to our layout file. Let me call our collection class. Now first module inside collection, it's called the collection. I'm using collection factory here. It's called collection factory. My model collection. Let's create one protected variable here. Now we need to pass our collection data to our layout file. Let's create one function here, that is public function get my data. It's return our data collection here. Now we need to call this get data method here in our layout file to display our data. Here you can see I have called the get my data function here and loop through that data. Now let's go to our front end and check out the output. Here you can see the data that we have saved in our database. If you are not able to see your data, flush the cache and refresh the page again. From this video, we learn about how to create a database table using the declarative schema and how to show the dynamic content in the layout file. In the next video, we will learn more about data patches and the schema patches in Magento 2. If you want to know more about this topic, check out my blog on asolutions.co.in.